really do hope um, that this room is very beneficial to everyone. This live stream is very beneficial to everyone. The way that this is going to work, I am live here on Clubhouse. I will dis. I'm going to basically cut off my recording on my computer when I am done talking, because I don't necessarily, the way Clubhouse works, just a little FYI, basically you have to be able to let people, get people's consent if you're recording. So I am recording, but I am recording me and myself only. So I don't necessarily need to get permission from people who are coming on stage. Now, I'm also live on all of my social media channels. So I'm live on my personal Facebook page. I am live on my I'm live on my Facebook personal page, my Facebook business page, and my YouTube channel. And I am live here on Clubhouse. So that's pretty much how this is going to work. So give me 1 second. I want to make sure my audio is good on the other platform, because last time I did a recording was a little low. Okay. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me clearly. So yeah, I think we are good to go. Give me one more second as I check something else. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we are live. Let's get it going. Okay. So I know this is extremely early, so we're going to have fun in this Clubhouse. This is probably not going to be, this is not necessarily something that, like, oh, here go a hack for this or here go a hack for that. But I do believe that learning is essential and crucial to the success of any brand. And that's really why I wanted to do this talk, because I think that oftentimes people say, Audria, you know a lot of stuff, you know a lot of information. How are you obtaining all of this information? What do you learn? How do you learn? What do you read? And I honestly want to say that I wasn't always a great, I guess you could say a great learner per se. I knew growing up, I didn't really know how to articulate certain words properly. And you could probably sense that sometimes when I'm talking, you hear a little swang in my voice. But for the most part, when I was growing up, I did just enough to get out of school. I did graduate top 20 in my class in Memphis when I went to Melrose High School. But that's pretty much the gist of that. And I think that for a long time, I wasn't that person early on, where my parents was like, you need to read this book or read that book. So learning wasn't necessarily something that was like, indoctrinated or was forced upon me. So that's something that I want to mention, because when you decide to become an entrepreneur, you have also made the decision that this is something that you're going to do. You're going to make it a part of your lifestyle to actually learn. And I think that's super duper crucial, because oftentimes when I meet entrepreneurs, they say stuff like, well, I don't have time to watch that video, or I don't have time to read that book, or I don't have time to sit through that course. And what you're essentially saying is, I don't have time to elevate myself. I don't have time to improve my brand. I don't have time to dedicate to learn some things that I hadn't known before. And I think that it's super crucial when I look at, where I am now and how successful I've become over the years. A lot of it has to do with learning. Learning. And one thing about learning, everything is always changing. Marketing trends are always changing. How you do business is always changing. Give me 1 second. Can you all hear me? Hey Danielle, is there an issue? I know if you came on stage, it must be something wrong. Give us 1 second. Okay, maybe that was an accident. Babe, can you hear me properly? Okay, perfect. Okay. And so I had to learn very quickly that if I want to learn and like if I wanted to be an entrepreneur and like accelerate in my business, I had to become an avid learner, right? And I want to tell you a story about when I really, really wanted to learn something, and it wasn't, I guess you could say it's easy. Nobody really supported me in that. So I remember that when I wanted to become a professional photographer, I was sitting at a photo shoot with a friend, and I was looking at this photographer take pictures of her. And I was like, man, this is cool. Like, dude getting paid to take pictures. Like, it was fascinating to me that, up until this point, I was working as a flight attendant. I had worked at, FedEx before, Best Buy, like all of these different places. And this was the first time that I seen someone make money from, something that was creative. And I'm like, this dude is legit getting paid to just take pictures. And so I was intrigued by that, right? I was super intrigued by that. So I decided that, okay, this dude is taking pictures. This is the coolest thing ever. And I asked him, I said, hey, can you teach me, how to take pictures? And he literally looked me dead in my face and was like, no, it wasn't no, here's why, or none of that. It was just straight up no. And when he did that, I was just like, oh, okay, all right, cool. And this is the first time that I really wanted to learn something. And, I was told no. And some people, when you ask someone, can you teach me something? And a lot of people do this on social media. A lot of people do this in the various places, right? You'll hear people say, show me how you made that video, or show me how you did this, or show me how you did that. And oftentimes, depending on who you ask, some people are going to be generous and tell you, and some people are going to charge you, and for me, I will teach certain things, but certain things, especially if it takes a long time to learn, or I have paid to acquire that information, or it takes me a long time to learn that information, I am not so quick to give it away. You get what I'm saying? That's why I sell books. That's why I sell courses and checklists and things like that, because it took me time to actually acquire that thing. And I will tell you that if you're trying to become more valuable as a person, like forget business, if you're trying to become more valuable as a person, you need to get really, really good at learning how to learn. You need to get really good at becoming more valuable through education. This could be reading books. This could be taking courses. This could be listening to audiobooks, whatever your thing is, right? So today I'm going to be sharing with you 6 hacks that I believe is the reason why I'm so successful. And the reason that I'm sharing this is because learning changed my life. When he told me that he wasn't going to teach me photography, I could either say, you know what, forget this thing. I really didn't want to learn it that much anyway. Or I could take the initiative and go figure it out. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to take the initiative, not play the victim, or not have a level of entitlement where he's supposed to teach me because I asked him, because that's what happened too. With a lot of people. People have this entitlement that if you know it, you should just teach it to me. If you went to school, I don't care if you went to school. I don't care if you spent an arm and a leg to participate in a mastermind to acquire the information. You should just give it to me because I support you. You should just give it to me because I follow you. You should just give it to me because I'm young, or because I'm in college, or you fill in the blank with whatever reason or entitlement that you think that somebody should give you information. And I think that it's important that you become a self-learner. My friend, she calls me all the time autodidact, and I was like, what the hell is that? It sounds like a robot, but essentially what that means is that, you are a self-taught person, and every single thing that I have learned up until this point is being self-taught. Graphic design, self-taught. Video editing, self-taught. Photography, self-taught. Marketing, self-taught. Everything that you see me that you see me teach or talk about or am utilizing in my business, I took the initiative to learn it. And I'm telling you that it's so crucial that you master the skill of learning. So the reason I wanted to do this room is because I realized that everybody doesn't learn the same. Right? Everybody doesn't learn the same. Some people like to read. Some people like to watch videos. Some people like to do audio. But I have found 6 hacks to make my learning I guess you could say I have found 6 learning hacks to make my learning more accelerated, more fun, more exciting. And so that's what I am going to share with you. Some of these you may know about, some of these you may not know about. So let's dive in. Number 1 is Audible. My very first book that I really wanted to learn was The E-Myth. And I purchased a book and I started flipping through it. And I realized that, when I was doing some research online, that I could actually listen to audio and listen to the person read the book to me. this was revolutionary to me at this time. Like, this was like the best thing on the planet, because up until this point, I had to read everything I wanted to learn. Like, pull the book out, sit down and read it. But this was so cool to me because for the first time, this is someone teaching me or talking to me, reading the book to me. I thought that was such the coolest thing. Now, since then, I have acquired tons of audiobooks. I'm going to go into my Audible account and see how many books I have, but I'm quite sure it is a ridiculous amount. So let's see, how many audiobooks do I currently have? Let's see. I want to say I have, so what's 20 times 50? Probably over 200 audiobooks, maybe 300, somewhere in there. But I have a ton of audiobooks. So the first learning hack is listening to audiobooks. I know, when I talk to certain people that say, I don't got time to listen to audio, I don't like that person's voice or whatever. Look, I don't give a damn what they sound like. As long as they are teaching me what I need to know or elevating me beyond what I didn't know prior to me listening to this, I don't care how that information gets in my head. Okay. So audiobooks is for the win. Audiobooks is currently my still number one way for learning information, because it's so easy to digest and it's easy to also multitask and listen. Very similar to this audio that you're listening to right now. The second key component, the second learning hack, number 2, is when books don't have an audiobook, I like to download the Kindle and allow my phone to read it to me. Okay. So and this is necessarily not for, I would imagine every phone can do this, but I'm literally just telling you about my particular iPhone. So on iPhone, there's a section within your phone called accessibility, and you basically can have your phone read to you. And basically, when I'm on Kindle, if the book doesn't have an audio book version of it, I turn on that accessibility, I hit play, and it reads the book to me. There are a lot of books that have not been converted over to Audible, but most times you probably can't find like a Kindle version of the book. So what I do is I open up my Kindle app and I make sure it's a little thing that you put on your phone. I wish I could show you, but when you tap it, it will read anything that's on screen for you. So it will read the Kindle for me. It would also auto switch the pages as it's reading to you. Very similar, when you listen to an audiobook, you're going from chapter to chapter. Well, this particular feature will allow you to kind of swipe and do those voice features. So that's pretty cool. Number 3, my favorite, video courses. Video courses, video courses, video courses. And I think this is why I'm probably not a fan of ebooks. It's not that I won't read an ebook, but I don't have time. If I had to choose between reading, listening to an audiobook or picking an ebook or video course, I'm going to pick the video book. I'm going to pick the video course, the audio course, the Audible, anything that can like talk to me or can be like I can sit and watch it, right? So that's my preferred learning style. It either has to be video or audio. I can probably count on one hand maybe how many courses I purchased that weren't video or audio. So that's a huge opportunity that I see missed with a lot of people. They always think to go straight to something written. Sometimes written is not always the best learning mechanism to teach people whatever it is that you're teaching. Okay, so I just want to point that out. Number 4. This is hands down my number 1 super duper holla if you hear me. I love hack. Okay. This one is video speeders. Okay. Let me say it again. Video speeders. Basically, this allow you to make the content go faster. Okay. So I can 1.5 or 2x or 3x what I'm listening to. Now, sometimes video speeders are not always available on the player. So for instance, when I'm watching Facebook videos, Facebook does not have a native feature of being able to make it go faster. So if you go into Google and just type in video speeders for Facebook, I have one for Facebook. I have a video speeder for Vimeo. I have a video speeder for YouTube. Sometimes most platforms only allow you to go up to 2x, maybe 3. I think the most I've seen on normal players are 2x. So my brain can process information fast. So it's very hard for me to listen to content in the way that I'm listening to it, if that makes sense. Like when I listen to an audiobook, I'm always speeding it up. When I'm listening to video, I'm always speeding it up. Not because I'm trying to miss something or skip something, but I'm speeding it up because my brain can process as fast as I'm receiving it. So if I'm listening to something at 2x, my brain is processing it at 2x. Like I'm like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And then if something comes to me and I'm like, oh, this is fire, I will hit pause and take notes. So I just want to point that out, that like video speeders for the win, especially if you take courses. Like if you are a person that take a lot of video courses, like myself, you want to find those video speeders that makes sense for your particular content. Also, when I miss someone's live stream on YouTube, or I mean not YouTube or Facebook, I always go back and listen to it at 2x, 3x, so on and so forth. Okay. So video speeders, that's number 4. Number 5, I don't know if you all heard of this, but there's a tool called it's called Blinks. I believe that's what it's called. Let me make sure. So I don't sound crazy. Okay, Blinks book. Give me one second. Blinkist. That's what it's called. So Blinkist is Blinkist. So basically it's 15-minute book insights. So basically they take your favorite books or popular books or best-selling books, and they not every book is on there, but a great deal of the best-selling books are. So what they do is they basically go on there, and they will give you like the Cliff Notes version of that book. So instead of you having to read a book that's 200-300 pages, they've broken that book down into summaries and insights, and basically you can listen to everything in 15 minutes or less. Like some books, like Barack Obama book, Michelle Obama books, they probably get up to like 18 minutes or 20 minutes. But basically, you can get the whole summary of a book in 15 minutes or less. Okay. All right. The next the next learning hack that I love is checklists, tools, templates. Now, whenever I'm like looking for something, I'm always trying to see if someone is selling a checklist, some type of tool, like for instance, Airtable tool, some type of spreadsheet, any type of tool, or like templates, like for instance, you will notice that a lot of stuff that I'm saying, we also sell, because I know that if I want my client to get a result faster, I have to create tools and resources that get them a result faster. If I tell a client, hey, we need to go audit your Instagram, using that as an example, I've already created a checklist internally on how to do that. So if I give that checklist to a client, guess what they know how to do? They know how to go and audit their own checklist. Their own Instagram. Now, speaking of which, shameless plug, not shameless, we are releasing our new social media bundle on Monday, which is tomorrow. If you are on the wait list, you will be the first to know about it, and you will be the first to get a discount on it. If you all want to participate in that, you can head over to audriarichmond.shop if you're listening to this anywhere other than Clubhouse. And if you're on Clubhouse, you can click the link in my bio on Instagram, and basically that will allow you to get on the wait list to be notified. But basically, we're releasing 7 checklists and audits tomorrow inside of my store. Basically, in the shop, we're going to release an Instagram audit, a Facebook page, business page audit, LinkedIn audit, YouTube audit, website audit, and e-commerce audit. People ask me all the time, hey, can you look at my website and tell me what I'm doing wrong? Hey, can you look at my e-commerce shop and tell me why people ain't buying? Can you look at my Instagram and tell me why people ain't following me? Can you look at my Facebook business page and tell me why people ain't following? Like whatever, the fill in the blank. If you are like ready to eliminate this and not for it to be a mystery anymore, we encourage you to get our checklist, because it comes with a checklist and a video breaking down what to fix, what to look for, all of those cool things. It's going to be one of our best selling resources, I can already tell, because when we introduced this as a service last year, we could not keep up the demand. We literally had to market as sold out. It was crazy pants. So number 6 is checklist, tools, and templates. I am an avid lover of templates, checklists, and tools. I also create them as resources to accelerate my clients. So if you are looking to learn really, really fast, look and see if you can find a template, a checklist, something that's going to accelerate and at least get you going. Okay. Now, number 7, I know we said 6 learning hacks that I love, but there are 7. There's one more that I wanted to share. I didn't necessarily know how, people were going to like it or not, but I was just like, I think this is a really cool hack. This is more of a research hack more than anything. Okay. So when I'm doing, I do a ton of research all the time. When I'm doing VIP days, when I'm working with people in our accelerator, whatever we have going on, I am always researching for my clients or for myself. And one of the things that I love about Google, and a lot of people don't utilize this, but Google actually has an advanced search. So if you type in Google advanced search, you will get another panel. And basically with that Google advanced search, what I absolutely love about it is that I can go in there and just type in any particular keyword or whatever I'm looking for. Very similar to how you would use regular Google. Okay, we just call it regular Google. But one of the things that I do, especially if I'm looking for examples, so let's say, for instance, I'm looking for a sponsorship deck, or I'm looking for, a workshop template, or whatever I'm looking for. I will go to Google. I will type in what I'm looking for, and then I will come down. Let me see if I can talk you through it. Give me 1 second. Google advanced search. Okay, so when I go to Google advanced search, I would type in, I don't know, let's just say I'm looking for some examples of media kits as an example. I would type in media kit, come all the way down to the bottom where it say file type, and type in PDF, and then click on advanced search. And it will show you your whole Google will become nothing but PDFs. So the first thing that's coming up is 2021 media kit for the Record magazine. Media kit for Ad Age, media kit for Amazon, media kit for like People, In Style magazine, so on and so forth. So you can begin to see all of these different media kits to give you an example of, what should I include, what should I put in there, etc., etc. So these are the 6 learning hacks that I absolutely love, that if I had to contribute it to any level of success, it would hands down be these 6 things or 7 things. Actually, it's more than that, but these are like the top. So I'm going to go over the list one more time. Number 1 is Audible. So listening to audiobooks. Number 2, when someone doesn't have an audiobook of their book, if they have a Kindle version, I will allow my phone to read it to me, utilizing the accessibility tool within my iPhone. It pulls up a little panel. You can click play when you're opening up Kindle, and then your book will read to you. Number 3 is video courses is a must. I absolutely have to have video courses. Number 4 is video speeders. I love listening to things 2x, 3x, but oftentimes the native players don't allow you to go that fast. So you can go and research video speeders. So you can type in video speeder Facebook, video speeder Vimeo, video speeder YouTube. And you can find these Google Chrome extensions that you can add to your desktop computer or whatever. Okay. Number 5 is Blinkist. Basically, it's an app that you can download and subscribe to that'll take the best-selling books and give you just the insights and like the Cliff Note versions in like 15, 20 minutes or less. Number 6 is checklist tools and templates. Don't forget, we're releasing our social media and website audit checklist tomorrow. So if you want to get on the list, make sure you head over to audriarichmond.shop. And also, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Clubhouse, you can go over to Instagram and click the link in my bio and get on the wait list. Okay. Because we release it tomorrow. Now, after tomorrow, don't be asking me, girl, can I get a discount? No, you're going to pay whatever the price is in the shop. Number 7. Okay. And this was a bonus hack. Go to Google advanced search, type in what you're looking for, and identify what you need to look for by type. You can also do this for Word docs, PowerPoint presentations, spreadsheets, you name it. Okay. So what we're going to do is end this live stream that is on all the other social media channels. If you all have a question on Facebook, YouTube, please leave your question on the in the comment section, and we're going to respond to you. I promise. And if you are here on Clubhouse, you can begin to raise your hand. We'll bring you on stage and answer any questions that you have. I am ending my live stream on the other social media platforms, and I will continue the conversation here.